Deni Avdija is taking the lead by storm right now in one of the most unexpected rises to superstardom that anyone saw coming. Welcome back to Wigs NBA. You see, Deni Avdija was picked number 9 in the 2020 NBA draft by the Washington Wizards, a pick that the Wizards were thrilled to have considering he was in top 5 conversations on draft night. Deni's rookie year, however, did not pan out well. He was thrown into the starting lineup with Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Rui Hachimura, and his timeline did not match the timeline of the team that he was on, as they were trying to make a playoff push, and that just got in the way of his development significantly where everyone else needed touches. He finished his rookie year with an average of only 6.3 points on barely 3 shots a game. Then the Wizards made some trades, including sending Russell Westbrook to the Lakers, and Deni got a little bit more of an opportunity in the 21-22 season. Only he still didn't look like much. He showed flashes of exceptional effort, even grabbing 15-plus rebounds some nights, but he still didn't take too much of a leap as he scored 8.4 points per game that following season. And that's likely due to the fact that he shot about 1 more shot a game, and everything else was just about the same otherwise. And you can see in the 2022-2023 season, even though he finally got a consistent job in the starting lineup, he still just didn't look like he improved much at all. Finally, the Wizards jumped into a rebuilding season, meaning Deni would finally be able to be the guy and have all the touches on his team. And this is when he truly started to break out. Deni proved to be exceptional when you put the ball in his hands. He loved to drive strong and physically inside. He played 75 games in the 23-24 season and averaged 14.7 points, 6 rebounds, and just under 4 assists. For a then 23-year-old who is now on a tanking team that gives him the reps to succeed and develop, this seemed like a really promising result, and the Wizards definitely had something to work with and start their rebuild quick. Then the Wizards front office shocked everyone, and they traded Deni Avdija on draft night to the Portland Trail Blazers for the number 14th pick and a future 2029 pick. Deni went on to have a very slow start his first year as a Blazer. They just couldn't find a good role for him, and to most, it seemed like the Wizards got away with one. They traded somebody right at the peak of their value, and they got a really nice result back. However, once the trade deadline hit, the Blazers gave him a better chance. They gave him a better role, and they unleashed Deni Avdija. And the rest was history. He was putting up Giannis-like numbers with mostly inside shots and aggressive drives. He averaged 25.4 points per game from February to April. And the Blazers fans couldn't have been happier considering the bad luck they've had drafting up to this point. This stretch showed the Blazers coaching staff, before the illegal gambling I sure hope, that Deni was their guy. And their goal needed to be to build around him in this season. He's not only unleashed, but he is currently rising to superstardom. The West is really tough this year in 2026, as everybody knows, and the Blazers certainly aren't making any noise anytime soon. But Deni Avdija has been carrying them to somewhat relevancy. It's also worth noting, he does take nearly 10 free throws a game, which NBA Twitter loves to complain about, but what they don't realize is this is the Portland Trail Blazers. If it's the Thunder, the Lakers, maybe the Warriors, you could say the refs might be bailing them out, but the league has nothing to gain calling phantom calls in Portland. Come on now, this is an overreaction. And you watch him play, he really does search for the contact. And that's really what we're seeing. Wizards fans are definitely using Deni's success to tear down their own front office. And I think that's misguided and a massive overreaction. Bub Carrington, who was picked in that number 14 spot, he's 4 years younger than Deni. And I think the comparison isn't fair until we see what both of their peaks look like. Not to mention the Wizards have some emergence from guys like Alex Sarr and Keyshawn George and aren't ready to turn the corner yet and compete until next year. I think Deni can possibly inhibit some of that. All in all, as a diehard Wizards fan, I'm happy for Deni, but at the same time, I think we made the right move, and I also think the Blazers made a right move. Not to mention, the Wizards also get an unprotected 2029 first-round pick from the Blazers in this deal, and I see nothing looking at this Blazers roster and how little they can win, even though they have talent on the roster, that convinces me they're going to be competing in 2029. For all we know, in a tough West, they may try and tear it down again by then, or if they keep having bad draft luck, it may just be that they're worse still in the lottery, and we get that pick instead. Anything can happen, and honestly, as an absolute worst case, I call the Deni trade a win-win. But he's certainly on the rise, no question about it, and will be a problem, whether it be in Portland or anywhere else. Thanks for watching Wigs NBA. Please subscribe so you do not miss out on any future videos, and all of my links are going to be in the description below, so feel free to follow me on social media. Let's talk some hoops together, and I will see you guys for another video soon.